Good morning guys, welcome to Operation Crypto. We are going to take a look at Bitcoin today and potentially Ethereum. We'll have a look at what's going on there. I put this chart up yesterday on my Twitter saying, look, I'm looking for a push up from this point up to the next level of resistance around mid 21s, 21,700. Actually dumped straight back down, but we've come back up and pretty much Bart Simpson that, haven't we? We've gone straight down and we've had a nice rally this morning. So things aren't looking the best still ever. The markets are pretty much in turmoil, and that's just down to general market sentiment across the globe. We know what's going on. Quantity of tightening's going on, the dollar's rising. We just got the fallout from war, we've got fallout from COVID. There's just so much going on. Hyperinflation, inflation. You know what, the world is in a bit of a predicament financially, and that goes the same for Bitcoin. It's had that pullback. If we look at this on the let's go to weekly time frame, we all know what's gone on. We've had that pullback from 69k back in November, and actually been all the way down to 17k. Looking on the broader perspective of things, I mean, how much have we done in a pullback from the highs to the lows? We have done a 74% pullback. If you go by history tells us that we have done 85% drops before in the past, and that would take us down to 10k mark. And that's why a lot of people are saying 10k. If you look on crypto Twitter, if you look on YouTube, you probably see a lot of videos aimed at that 10k level, and that is that reason. I mean, if we'll just take a look on a different chart and you'll get to see a better perspective. So if you look at the 2018 one, have I got a different chart actually? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, we've got this major run here in 2017. If you look at the very high point there to the very low point, which was exactly around a year after, look at that, 84.4%, so you're at 85%ish. And then also if we go back to 2013, and if we look at the entire move from the very high point, which was there, to the very low point, again that was a 86% move. So in the previous two bull cycles, we have done those 85 to 86% drawdowns. It's not going to say it's going to happen again, but you would go by history and see. I mean, if you're looking at the markets, and if you look back here in November, we had the highs. We then went into a 3-year bear market back in 2013. If you then go back in time to 2017, look at the highs. December, very close to the other date, and then bang, dropped to the downside 85%. If you look at the highs here, November. So you see a bit of a picture. Every time we get towards November, December, we get that major drawdown. And then once a year of time period happens, so if you look at the bottom here, it was in December. That was exactly 1 year from the highs to the lows. If you're looking at in the past here, from the very high to the very low point, it was December. So every time on the previous cycles, we had the drawdown from the all-time highs around November, December. A year to that day, we then flip round and start on that next bull cycle. That happened back here in 2017, 2018. You could say that was the bottom, and then when we did start to push up, we had some nasty pullbacks there. That were COVID dump, but then we went on to create some new all-time highs. So if you're looking at a price now, what's going on here? Let's just move a few of these squiggly lines. So if we look at that all-time high there at 69k, and we go 1 year advance, which would be around there. So that is a point we need to consider. And if we just put a different horizontal ray on there, a vertical line, in fact, I'll put a vertical line on there. So that would be roughly 1 year from the all-time high, actually November, won't it? We'll go in November. We're talking about there. So the all-time high, 8th of November, and then 1 year after that will be around here. So there's a good chance, if history repeats itself like it has done in the past, we could get a further drawdown, 85% drawdown, which would bring us down to here. It might not happen exactly like that, but 10k would be that region where everyone's thinking, right, let's have a look. 10k will be around, let's say 85% for shits and giggles. If we put the horizontal line on there, and you look at that bottom there, that is an area where potentially the price could go if history repeats itself. I'm not going to say it is, but if you look in the past, it's happened pretty much identically. The two previous bear markets have ended 1 year after with an 85% drop. So keep your eyes on that level. If the prices continue to trend down and comes towards this crucial point here, this is when it's going to be the best time to buy, really. I mean, I've started buying some now because I'm happy to dollar cost average down, but this could be that crucial point when the market does bounce. We then start to see some increases, potentially have another dump like we did back on that COVID-19 dump, and then start to push on. I don't think we'll go any lower than that. That will be an absolute savage drop at 85%, as happened twice before. So just be wary about it. And that is something that could happen, and that's what historically has happened. So keep that in mind. The price could still continue to go down. Personally, I'm always pushing out a bullish narrative, but that's just due to my love of crypto. But this is something I do foresee happening. That is something that we just need to keep his eyes on and take advantage of it, because if that does happen, if we come down to a crucial point, which was there in 18, we then start to rise. I mean, last time we did hit that bottom, look, from that period there, and when we hit the bottom December, it took a while for that first candle. You're talking 5 months before we really start to see some significant growth. And if you're looking at past as well, if we look at the bottom there, let's see the bottom. So the bottom was there. It then took us from, what's that, January really there, isn't it? Sorry, December. So December when we started pushing up, it took us a while to get going then, but November time it's probably another year to get going. Hopefully that doesn't happen, because 2022 is bad enough. If 2023 was another year of sideways action, it would be pretty brutal, that really, wouldn't it? But let's keep his fingers crossed and hope we do start to see some decent price action soon. Going back to the charts on my BitGet chart, I've identified a few key levels. The main one is getting back above this level here at 21,800. I think that'd be a nice level to potentially take some profit. I think if we did push back above this region here, 22,500, we might push up to that 26k region, but it will take a lot of pushing to get us up there. I don't think it's quite enough legs yet financially and across the entire market. So don't forget, money that flows into stocks always flow. Well, it does also flow into crypto as well. It's not just a scam. What people think about is to throw a few quid in. It's on a billion and trillion dollar scale. So things do happen in mass in crypto, and it is a future for me. It is a hedge against that traditional financial system that we are getting absolutely raped by. So fingers crossed we start to see some growth soon. Hopefully we start to see some price action to upside, but I'm just very hesitant about the potential fall to that 10k region that has happened. Well, not the 10k region, but that 85% drop has happened twice in the past. It could be a sharp wick down and a straight wick back up. It's probably around 50% from this current move here, isn't it? Actually, let's have a quick look at that before we just finish up. If we drop down to 10k from current prices, you're talking a 50% drop, which is significant, and that would be the end for a lot of people and a lot of companies. We've already had some mass liquidations. 3 Hours Capital, Voyager. There's been so much shit going on. Celsius. I mean, are they going to give us a break, or is it going to continue? History will tell us that it's going to continue, but the fact that cryptocurrency is adopting gives me that reason to keep pushing on, and hopefully history does not repeat itself.